All right, now I'm going to walk you guys through step by step exactly what I look for when I hunt for foreclosure properties at auction. So, just like every other week, I've got my list. I comb through the ones that I like. I see which banks, just because I've been doing this for about 10 years, I know which banks are going to drop their prices. I know which banks are looking to offload them, but I also know, which banks are going to keep on, they're going to try to hold on to these things. A lot of times these mortgages get bought up by investors, and most times, even like smaller funds, investors are not really looking to let the house go. So most of the time, you won't get those for a good deal. But like I said, there's a lot that goes into these properties. So I'm going to stop talking. Let's just get right into this. All right, now let's see if we run into anybody here. So far, the place looks vacant. That's not a good sign in New York. Means that you are not going to get that house for a good deal, because everybody and their mother knows that real estate's a good investment now. So I kind of like going after the occupied ones because nobody wants to deal with occupied tenants. All right, so it looks like we're the only ones here. I'm gonna pull the truck over and we're gonna take a look at the property together. Kind of gonna go over, my initial thoughts and, what I think about, who would show up, if this one would be worth it. A lot of the times I look at who my end buyer is going to be, and then I'm going to figure out what I would bid on the property, or if I even like the property at all. Because at the end of the day, if you can't find a buyer for that house, what's the point in buying it, right? All right, so the first thing that I see about this house is that it's in fairly decent condition. You can see that there is plywood in some of the windows. I don't like that, only because it's going to draw more eyes to the property, people knowing that it's vacant, trying to get this house for a steal. So I'm not exactly sure what's with the cars in the driveway. There also looks to seem like there's like a rental car, it's been kind of sitting there, or it could be a neighbor just using the street parking. First thing I love is a high ranch. Main reason I love high ranches is because with these current interest rates, home buyers need a way to offset that mortgage, and the perfect way to offset that mortgage is by renting out your basement. So it looks like somebody, the way it's kind of set up, obviously I don't know if that garage is converted or not, but definitely looks like a property that's right up my alley as far as, as far as who I think, would be buying it. This is something I would definitely go after. Only problem is that's something that a lot of people are going to go after because everybody wants to get involved in this stuff now. I'm trying to think anything else that really just jumps out at me. All right, so as you can see, you've got a single meter, on the property right there, right? So a lot of times I'll look for if it's got 2 meters or not. Sometimes, like people can go through the permit process of getting a second meter put on and make it into a 2-family, but if they don't update that with the town, and it's not zoned as a multifamily, you could run into problems when it comes to selling it. So always keep that in mind. But if I was for this one specifically, if I would be tempted to keep it as a rental, but yeah, this really would be a nice rental. Obviously, I don't know what the inside looks like, but I'd be willing to take a risk on this one. Let's go around to the other side of it. Let's see if we can see anything else in this property. Now, something like this, I don't necessarily need to walk the property. It's not really going to do me anything out of the ordinary. This isn't bank owned. It's not an REO, so it's not like I need to worry about, if there's keys or a lockbox or anything like that. Most of the times in New York, you're not getting any of those properties at auction anyway. So as you can see, there's there's plywood on it. Obviously it's tough. I really wish that that it wasn't a snow, that we didn't have a snowstorm the other day, because I've got no way to tell, how new that roof is. But structurally everything looks all right. Yeah, so I don't really see anything else that's too concerning to me. I would just be real curious as to the previous owner of what the deal was, because it looks somewhat kept. As you can see, there's been footsteps. People have been coming in and out of the house. Yeah, this one's definitely going to be an interesting one. I'm going to be honest, I don't think that we're going to secure this house, because there are people a lot bigger than I am that were willing to pay a lot more for the house than I am. And I got to keep my budget a lot tighter than a lot of these guys. So if maybe I'll do a follow-up video, I'll show you guys what it's like at the auction. If you got anything from this video, as usual, please, just like the video, comment, please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to try to do more of this foreclosure stuff, because I think that's what a lot of people are more interested in. I'll catch you guys in the next one.